What's up, everyone? It's your boy Norn Radd89 here, bringing you another video today to talk about a recent pickup that I got from Severin Films, Perdita Durango. This is a film starring Rosie Perez and Javier Bardem. It was released in 1997, and it's quite an enjoyable ride. If I was to describe this and sell it to somebody who's hasn't seen a trailer or has never heard about this film, it's like a Spanish influence style Natural Born Killers. That's how I would describe this film. So let's get into it. We're going to talk about the positives, the negatives, my rating, then I'm going to send you all home. Let's get into it. Roll it. Perdita Durango was released on October 31st, 1997 in Spain, but over here in America it was released as Dancing with the Devil, or Dance with the Devil, I believe was the title that they released it out here with. And it stars Rosie Perez, Javier Bardem, and James Gandolfini, and this is quite an enjoyable ride, so let's get right into the positives for me, and that's the acting. I think Javier Bardem and Rosie Perez are just slam dunk in this film. It's a movie that you can tell they had a lot of fun doing because they get to do a lot of wild stuff in this movie. They play an immoral couple who is on a journey and they kidnap people. They freaking get into murder, get into car chases, gun fights, and it's wild, for real. It's a film that has a lot going on in it, and like I said, that's probably the best thing about it for them, is that they got to do, as an actor and actress, they really got to stretch their talents and use it and play with a wide variety of different emotions in this film. Also, as you heard me talking about, this film is chaotic, so it's not short of being entertaining, for real. This film has stuff going on in it all the time, and like I said, it's got a lot of drug use stuff, sexual content, violence, so if that is your jam, and vulgar language, so if all that stuff is your jam, this is going to be the movie for you. Like I said, it's very much in the vein of like a Natural Born Killers, or maybe like a Quentin Tarantino style film. It has a lot of that aspect of that feel to it. It even has kind of an indie feel to it, like an underground kind of, low budgety type feel, but I think that kind of assists the film in building an ambiance with the movie. Another thing about this movie, like I said, it is stylish. It's got like some crazy cinematography, some wild sequences, the coloring. It's very much a film, like I said, it's very much its own thing. It's stylish. It's got this way about it, and you can tell the director has a flair about it. And because of this movie, I have checked out the director's filmography, and I'm not too familiar with the rest of their filmography. It's by Alex de la Iglesia. I hope I didn't butcher that name, but I'm going to definitely check out some more of his other films because of this movie. He definitely has a flair and a style for direction, and with that Spanish influence, I like that aspect of the film too. There's some Spanish dialogue in here, but it's predominantly English speaking in the film. But it's cool because it keeps the film authentic when you see the people talking to each other in Spanish, and you see them in the way that's filmed on location. A lot of it feels very on location, like around the border area, Texas and New Mexico, all that desert kind of landscape. It's all that, and that's the feel and nature of this film, setting up, again, the ambiance too. Well, let's get into the mixed and negatives, because this isn't a perfect movie. It's pretty much up my alley and personal taste, but there are some mixed and negative things, and one thing I can say is probably a mixed is I do like the chaotic nature of this film. It is pretty awesome, but I think it has one storyline too many. That's just my opinion. I think if we took one storyline out, it would be a much tighter, more niche film that had more payoff in the end. But that might take away from, like I said, the chaotic storyline and the jumping nature of it if you did take out one of the other storylines. But I think it's just a little bit too bloated in my opinion. And this film's around I believe 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's around 2 hours and 10 minutes, so it's got a decent runtime, but it still feels a little bloated to me. Another mixed or negative for me is going to be just the end of this film. I had such an amazing time with this movie, but the third act and our ending spot, I think maybe that last 10 minutes, I might have rewrote something else, had a different ending for this film. But up until that point, I was completely enjoying just about every moment, like I said, for that, intense nature and the wild ride it was. It's for real, quite out there. Another thing that I'm going to count as a negative for me, this one, is the writing. The writing isn't the best. The story I really enjoy, and it's creative and interesting, but I think the writing isn't the best in the film. And some of the comical moments, they don't really land for me. And this is also one of those movies that if you miss 10 or 15 minutes, or you get up to walk away or do something, you pretty much missed a whole entire another movie. Like, you really have to sit down and watch this one because it's like there's so much going on. Like I said, that's what kind of takes away from it. It's a little bit bloated. There's so much going on that if you do get up to go to the bathroom or step away from this movie and not pause it, you're going to come back and feel like you missed almost an entire movie. But overall, in my book, yeah, in terms of personal taste, I still really do enjoy this film. In terms of the rating, it's going to get a 7.5 out of 10. It's still very enjoyable a watch. Like I said, currently, right now, if you want to check it out, it's on Tubi streaming for free if you want to watch it. And I blind bought this basically off the trailer. I saw the trailer. I was checking out Severin Films online, what they got on sale on the new Blu-rays and DVDs and different stuff. I haven't really gotten anything from them, so this was the first time. And I saw the cover art for this one, and the slipcover was still there. And I was like, oh, man, let me check this out. Watch the trailer. And saw the actors and actresses in it and like how wild it looked. And I was like, yeah, this is going to be one I'll blind buy for sure. Definitely. So thanks for sticking around with me all for this review of Perdita Durango. And let me see right here so you can check out the slipcover and the cover art right there. That's the slipcover. And yeah, like I said, this is from Severin Films. First thing I ever brought from them. And there's the original cover art in the back for you right there. So yeah, this is definitely was for me, like I said, worth the watch for sure, because it's just one of those movies like I highly recommend checking it out. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody though, just because it's not that kind of style film. You really have to be into this kind of style of movie, but it's definitely up my alley, like it's in terms of my style and personal taste. But if you're not into heavy violence and chaotic movies and vulgar language and a lot of nudity and stuff, this isn't going to be the movie for you. But thanks, like I said, for sticking around with me all for this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing on the channel. I'm going to be having some other reviews coming up and some other rankings I'm planning and all that stuff. So you don't want to miss a thing. And have a safe and happy day, everyone. Peace out.